Well, hello everyone. It's Sunday, a week later than planned, but we're here. Welcome to the first edition of this series in Minecraft Creative. I am finally sharing, as my husband puts it. Like and subscribe now before you forget. Welcome to my kooky world. Here I am searching for a perfect place to do my rather large project, which I'm quite excited to share with you. So here at the moment in this section, I was being taught how to do things a little bit quicker, like towers and walls and ice walls, and then a slime sphere. That was interesting. Got completely stuck in that and I didn't even know how to get out. Now, as you can see, we're coming up to kind of place that I want to build, because I want it to be in kind of a cavernous, kind of in the middle of a mountain, with something underneath with a river, so that's perfect. So I shared with you a skull that I have been making. So this episode is the start of where I build it and how I tried to start building the skull, which, as you'll see in this episode, I had difficulty, a lot of difficulty. So I'm now clearing the way in order to make my space much bigger. Okay, it's the first time using fabric, so please forgive the sharp and very fast moving angles at times. I will get better. Okay, so I'm literally just clearing land here. So the skull, as I said, is part of a bigger project. And 3 years ago, I had a go at building Castle Grayskull, just on a small kind of version of it, which was okay, but didn't get the detail that I wanted. So now I want to do it perfectly, or as close to, with squares. So my idea of starting with the head, obviously, it's a sphere. So I've got to the middle, just checking out, looking like I can use the top for the helmet. So I'm literally just going around the very centre of it and making sure that we've got some kind of separation. Doesn't look too bad. I wanted it to be inside the cave, but of course, when I get to the next part after the skull, that's not going to make any sense. So bear with me. Okay, we're coming around the corner. Thank God I speeded this up, because my goodness, this build in total took about 10 days. I will put the amount of hours and blocks that we used at the end, at the very end. Okay, so we have completed the central core. What does that look like? Not sure. Okay. So we do need a bit more of a ridge. So I started taking it out, so it made it look like it had more of a prominent lip. So that's literally going all the way round. Don't get stuck. There we go. Yeah, sorry, camera going through stuff. Wasn't my intention. And again, where the hell am I going? And round again. Yep, sorry if you are prone to travel sickness. Apologies. Warning. Rest of the video could be the same. I do get better. Okay, so I'm just playing around with kind of the stones that I want to use, and obviously with Castle Grayskull you always see the toy which is green, but obviously it does kind of pattern rocks, so technically you can do grey, but I kind of want to keep it green. So I'm just playing around with the different blocks that have got green. Yeah, so this is where I started kind of marking out where I wanted the eyes. And yeah, it wasn't going too well. That didn't look too bad. But again, it just wasn't big enough. So that's why I've kind of built outwards in order to create that deeper effect. Which kind of works, but wasn't looking like the eye that you would imagine the Castle Grayskull skull to have. So anyway, I decided that I actually wanted to change the blocks around the core centre to copper, because I thought, ooh, with the green that would be perfect, and the fact that it is a king's castle, He-Man's castle, I thought that would look rather impressive. Give me your thoughts if you think we could choose a better block. Okay, so I'm just now realising that the ridge has to actually be outside of the first rim of the helmet. So yeah, so now I'm going all the way back and redoing that whole section. So there's a lot of trial and error through the builds that I do. Yeah, there's a lot that I've got to rectify. But I kind of like one by one. It's very therapeutic. Okay. It's better. That now can go in as a ridge, but now we're too close to the eyes. Okay. So yeah, I do a lot of coming back and looking at it, staring at it, going, does that look right? And obviously, as you can see, no, that wasn't. Nope. We'll start again. Oh, okay. These eyes were the bane of this part of the project. Okay. Yeah, no. Just couldn't see it, couldn't get it. Now, colours look lovely. Although we do now look like we've got John McEnroe's headband on. Now looking more like a Pokemon character. Okay, so yeah, so I'm quite symmetrical in most things that I do. So I'm drawing a line down the centre just to make sure I keep everything even. Symmetry. So I'm kind of having a look and looking at the base of where the chin should be. So kind of realising that maybe this sphere is not working because we don't actually have a round head, do we? We do actually have almost a sphere and a rectangular that's moulded together. So yeah, my sphere was starting to fall apart in theory. So there we go. Took it away. Now, this is where we really start to see how the skull develops. There is a link in the description of the actual schematics of this actual skull, which I was very grateful for. So definitely go and check out his link, because yeah, brilliant tutorial. Okay, so we're keeping it in the cave. And this is now the jawline. So with the sphere, I'm kind of thinking, well, I can keep the top part for the helmet, and with what I'm starting to do, we should meet up and great. But of course, I'm already looking at it and going, that's too high. Okay. So I'm going to take you up to where I got the chin basically done. And we're nearly there. Yeah, so this is now looking a lot more logical for a skull. A lot more logical. There we go. Keeping the central part. It was incredibly intricate, especially the middle parts, which you think, well, why am I putting the middle parts in? No one's going to see that. But to be honest with you, it's actually going to make my life easier. So when I get inside the castle, then I've already created some unique spaces for me to play with. So not too unhappy with having to create those ones as well. They do make sense. Okay, so here I definitely got one of the platforms wrong. So I had to basically demolish 3 layers and start that again. So I'm going to leave you with that as my first episode. We will continue next Sunday. Thank you for watching.